A man in a white cap and blue suit is talking to the royal guard, who are standing guard on horseback. It is not clear what he is saying, but it is clear from his demeanour and gestures that he wants to act like a bully. In the crowd of curious onlookers, the man's purpose is clear: to provoke the royal guard. The royal guard, on the other hand, remains remarkably calm, never responding verbally or physically. Despite minutes of this one-sided taunting, it is clear that he is not compromising his discipline. The crowd watches silently, perhaps waiting for a reaction, but Guard's stance remains unchanged. Finally, unable to get the attention and reaction he was expecting, he shrugs his shoulders and walks away from the crowd. This moment is a striking example of the strict discipline of the Royal Guard and how cold-blooded they can be. Subscribe and like the video for more videos like this. In this scene, a woman dressed in different outfits focuses on the horse of the Royal Guard and makes very strange movements. She touches his mouth and neck, says incomprehensible things as if she is complaining about something. Royal Guard, as always, remains calm and does not react. Occasionally, the woman shows her neck with her hand, using it as if it were a knife. This creates an unsettling image for the viewers. Her behaviour, made even more extraordinary by the clothes she wears, suggests that she is probably mentally unstable. Of course, in such a situation, a sudden reaction by the Royal Guard could have led to even bigger problems. This incident shows that the Royal Guard's discipline is not just a military code, but also about reacting in the right way at the right time. In this scene, a man touches the Royal Guard's foot and the guard seems to be warning him to remove his hand with a stern look from above. But the man ignores or doesn't understand the look and continues to hold Guard's foot. After a while, Guard's patience wears thin. He pulls his foot away in one move and gets angry with the man. The man is briefly surprised by this, but doesn't seem to mind. He then makes an OK sign with his hand and takes a photo next to Guard. Finally, after taking the photo, the man salutes the guard and continues on his way without missing a beat. This moment is an interesting example of how sometimes even the calmest guard can lose his patience. A man in dark clothes and a bulging backpack of unknown contents approaches the Royal Guard and his horse. Local police officers gently warn him and ask him not to violate the borders. But the man ignores them and continues to touch the horse's neck and mane. The crowd around him watches curiously to see what will happen. Police officers take a non-violent approach and try to talk to the man. However, the man continues to act as if he can't hear anything. This creates uneasiness, especially in an environment where tourists are present. On the other hand, the Royal Guard remains on his horse without breaking his discipline. After a while, the man seems to be led away from the first horse, but he immediately heads towards the spot where the second Royal Guard is. In the same way, he circles around the horse, resisting police interventions with strange gestures. Although this stubborn behaviour tries the patience of the police, they still try to control the situation with verbal warnings without resorting to brute force. The Royal Guard's lack of reaction reflects their sense of protocol and sense of duty. Their choice to remain silent is usually intended to maintain their neutrality against any provocation. This minimizes any possible tension or misunderstanding. Finally, the man could no longer resist the policeman's persistent and polite warnings and walked away. This moment demonstrates both the professionalism of the Royal Guard and the determined but calm demeanour of the local police. Order is restored after a slight tension. In another strange scene, a man holding only €10 is offering money to the Royal Guard. It is not really clear what his purpose is, why he is doing this. Some say he wants to tip him for a souvenir pose. Others say he's playing a completely meaningless joke. But the Royal Guard, in all seriousness, continues to wait without any response. This time, in true adolescent fashion, the disrespectful person is holding both hands to his head in a mocking gesture towards the Royal Guard. Observers immediately notice how childish and disrespectful this behaviour is, but he seems unaware of the seriousness of the situation. The Royal Guard, in all his dignity, remains calm, neither saying a word nor reacting physically. Such blatant disrespect could have resulted in a different response. The disciplined nature of the Royal Guard means they have no time for this adolescent behaviour. In fact, this behaviour is proof that mocking a soldier is a frivolous and inappropriate act. But the guard still manages to keep his cool and stay on duty. On the surface, this is a man who is not going to hurt anyone, but the fact that he is walking around without shoes inevitably attracts attention. Take off his coat and he looks as if he has just rolled out of bed. Nevertheless, his unusual appearance does not stop him from petting the Royal Guard's horse. She walks up and lightly touches the horse's mane, and the others around her watch this strange but harmless behaviour with curiosity.
Get off my reins! Get off my reins! Get off my reins! Get off the reins! Make way! Get off my horse's head! Make way! Make way! The King's lifeguard! Oi, I said move from there! Make way! Get off the handkick! Make way! Make way! Make way! Make way! Make way! Make way! Make way for the King's life!
Good name.
Famous now. You can be on TikTok yourself.